and Nico Taylor in the second leadoff, number 11, playing right field. And the pitcher tonight for the Clout is number 17, Nate Lee. Defensive alignment for the Corndogs tonight. Billy Jones will be in left field leading off. Ryder Fernandez at shortstop batting second. Angelo Luna in right batting third. Nolan Lasky still at first base for the Corndogs batting cleanup. Drew Costiba, designated hitter tonight. Aslan Farinelli batting sixth and playing third base. Adam Walters in center field batting seventh. Jack Salzider at second base batting eighth. And catcher Josh McGowan batting ninth. And we're going to see Jack Wheeler get the start today for the Corndogs. Wheeler has, I believe, 2 innings of relief appearance so far this season. Going to get his first start right now against the Chicago Clout. First pitch to Dom Garachi, trying to lead things off for the Clout. And he takes ball one on the inside corner. I'm Tate Hildebrandt, joined by Thalen Steiner up in the booth today. And it's a beautiful day here at Legacy Fields.
Yeah, let's hope it stays that way. I know we got some rain scheduled maybe later.
Yeah, 1-0 pitch, fouled back to the screen, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Wheeler handles his first start as a Corndog. Obviously came in as a reliever, but different spot for him.
Looked very solid against the Beavers in his first appearance. Came on with 2 runners on. That ball's outside for ball 2. Came in with 2 runners on and only 1 out, and only gave up 1 run in that situation, and then threw 2 more scoreless before giving way to Tyler DeLuca. But yeah, like we said, first start today, very much more of a power guy is Jack Wheeler. So here's the 2-1, swung on fastball right down the middle for strike 2. Very much a power guy, a lot of good movement on his pitches, and we'll see how he decides to approach these Clout hitters. Not a team we know a lot about, which means that neither does Jack Wheeler. 2-2 pitch here. Drops in the curveball, and it's swung on and missed. Jack Wheeler starts things off with a strikeout of Dom Garachi to get things going here, and there's 1 away in the first.
There you go. That's the start you like to see from Wheeler. It seems like recently the Corndogs have been going down pretty early. Usually their starting pitching in the first inning has been a little shaky these past couple of games, but good start for Wheeler.
Saw that big curveball from Wheeler. Dropped it right past Dom Garachi. Here's Dom Tenayuka, second baseman. Slider right down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, the Clout have 3 Doms on their team, which is, you don't see that a lot.
No, it's not
a random name.
It's not an uncommon name, but yeah, it's definitely not one you would see 3 of on the same team. 0-1 pitch, slider again, a little bit more to the inside half of the plate, but it's a strike nonetheless. Like we were saying, Dom Garachi led things off. Dom Tenayuka is batting now, and in the 7th spot, Dominic Matza. So here's the 0-2 from Wheeler. Goes to the chase slider on the outer half of the plate. Can't quite get it there, and it's 1-2.
Yeah, my high school team had 4 Logans on it, but that's, more of an understandable name. And we went against a team that had 3 Logans, so it was weird. We had 7 Logans in one game.
That's a lot of Logans. 1-2 payoff from Wheeler. Fastball up and out for ball 2. A little bit mishandled by Josh McGowan. It'll squeak back to the screen, but it doesn't matter.
Interesting to see if Wheeler, what he throws here to close out. Second Dom.
Well, he had a 2-2 count to Dom Garachi as well, so maybe we'll see a strikeout here. 2-2 count. Goes to it. It's chopped foul down the right field line. Still a 2-2 count here.
Right on top of the bullpen. Bounced right out.
Wheeler went back to that slider, and it was just enough to foul it off from Dom Tenayuka. Wheeler shaking off a couple pitches here. Gets one he likes, and here's the 2-2 again. Slider drops it in, just misses the inner half to make it a full count against Dom Tenayuka. That was a good pitch, good competitive pitch, just a little too far inside.
Just a little bit out of the strike zone of today's umpire.
Tenayuka works it to a full count, and here's the 3-2. Slider up and out. It'll be a walk drawn by Dom Tenayuka, and the Clout have a man on first with 1 out for center fielder Mike Farnan.
That was a good at-bat from Tenayuka, going down 0-2 early to fight back and end up drawing a walk. Disappointing if you're Wheeler to not close that one out.
See if Jack Wheeler, how much having that runner on first base affects him. We've seen pitchers in the past get a little shaken up with the man on first. So here's the first pitch to Mike Farnan. Taniyuka with a pretty decent lead as that one's up and in for ball one. See if Jack Wheeler checks him up here a little bit. One out in the top of the first for the Corndogs. And here's the 1-0 to Mike Farnan. Fastball, outside corner. He checked it up, and it's called a strike anyway. 1 ball, 1 strike. Very good. That's a hard fastball coming in from Jack Wheeler.
That was a pretty speedy fastball there. Catches him off guard. Gets his first strike of this at-bat.
Here's the 1-1 to Farnan. Fastball, up and in. He checks it up, and that time it's called ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike now for Wheeler.
Yeah, it goes to the fastball again. Just misses. Almost got that swing there. Fortunately, checked the swing, so did not go.
Still paying attention to Taniyuka over there on first base. As he takes off, here's the pitch, high and inside. Throw down from McGowan, not in time. And Taniyuka will have an easy stolen base, and it'll move to a 3-1 count. Now with a man on second for Jack Wheeler.
Yeah, the throw was a little bit off there by McGowan, but I think he probably still might have gotten the base anyways, regardless.
Yeah, Taniyuka with a lot of speed seen there. Got a great jump on Wheeler, too. Timed that up perfectly, and he was almost 3/4 of the way there before McGowan even got the ball. 3-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed right down the middle. Moves to another full count for Wheeler. And this is an issue that we've seen with the entire Corndogs pitching staff is every team that they face makes them work deep into counts and throw a lot of pitches. See if Wheeler can try to break that trend here and get out of the 3-2. Here's the pitch. Fastball up and out for ball 4. It's another walk from Jack Wheeler. And it'll be first and second for the third baseman, Josh Wenz.
Yeah, you're right. It's the same thing we saw from the last game against the Beavers. Just cannot close out these batters in those high pitch counts, which, I mean, definitely affects you. Now with runners on first and second. Interested to see what he does here.
We have a left-handed third baseman today for the Chicago Clout. Not something you see every day. Josh Wenz with men on first and second. Grounded weakly to second base. Flip to first. Wheeler drops it. Taniyuka is going to go to third. And Farnan will move to second. Could have had an out there for the Corndogs. And the flip just tipped out of Jack Wheeler's glove, and he's going to want that one back.
Yeah, that just looked like a wonky, slippery play there. I mean, the first baseman slipped a little before he even got the ball, then corrals it, then has that little toss. Wheeler probably could have made that play, but that was a pretty tough catch there.
Bases loaded now for the catcher, Tariq Subo. 0-0 to Subo from Wheeler. Drops in the curveball for strike 1.
Yeah, you see what you said, what pressure Wheeler has maybe with the runner on first base, but, you know, let's see what pressure he has with runners all around him.
Whole different level of pressure for sure for Jack Wheeler here. But he's ahead of Subo 0-1, and here's the pitch. Fastball, outer half. Couldn't get it there. Subo checked it up. It was 1 ball, 1 strike with the bases loaded here.
There you go. It was a good pitch there. Almost got him. Wanted to swing at it. Good discipline so far from Chicago Clout early on in this game.
Yeah, a lot of competitive pitches thrown by Wheeler just off the plate, and they are not having any of it so far. 1-1 from Wheeler. Fastball swung on right down the middle, and he blows that one by Tariq Subo to make it 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, there you go. That fastball, he's starting to get it going pretty early. Let's see what he throws here. Maybe slider, curveball.
Nobody has done much damage off the fastball so far, and I'm wondering if Wheeler's starting to realize that he can just try and blow this by some people. 1-2 pitch, goes to the fastball high. Tried to draw the swing and didn't. It's 2-2.
Yeah, it seems like he's probably going to keep going back to that fastball, seeing that, you know, no one has made any contact with it so far.
2-2 from Wheeler working against Tariq Subo. Here's the pitch. Fastball just inside. Wheeler thought he should have had strike 3. I might agree with him there, but it's a full count to Tariq Subo with 1 out.
Yeah, and I'm going to agree with him and you as well. That looked like it was in there. pretty big gasp from the fans here.
Subo took a step out of the box like he thought he was done. But regardless, here's the 3-2 from Wheeler. Fastball swung on and missed. He got him that time. Second strikeout of the inning for Jack Wheeler, and that was a big one to get out number 2 with bases loaded in the first.
Yeah, and here we go. We have a huge at-bat here early on in the top of the first inning with bases loaded, 2 out.
Armand Candea, the designated hitter, coming to the plate now with a chance to break this one open early for the Chicago Clout. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Wheeler misses high and outside with his first fastball for ball 1.
Yeah, I wonder if he's just going to keep going back to that fastball. Maybe changes it up here.
1-0 count to Armand Candea. Here's the pitch. High and inside, ball 2. Wheeler going to take a minute to compose himself here.
I don't know. Candea looked like I don't know if he flopped or wasn't expecting that. Maybe the ball's a little close. I don't know. That was he had a weird reaction to that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about there. He kind of jerked around in the box for a second. 2-0 pitch. Fastball swung on right down the middle for strike 1.
That was a big swing there. Wanted a lot of it. Got none of it. First strike of this at bat.
2-1 for Jack Wheeler here, trying to escape the jam. Here's the pitch to Candea. Goes fastball high and up, draws the swing. It's strike 2, and that'll bring us to our first deuces wild of the game here. With 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs in the first, and Jack Wheeler all of a sudden is just 1 pitch away from getting out of what could have turned into a nightmare inning, and still could if he doesn't execute here. 2-2 to Candea. Fastball popped up to center field. Adam Walters underneath it. And Jack Wheeler navigates the scoreless inning after having the bases loaded and only 1 out in the top of the first. It's 0-0. We'll head to the bottom of the first. You're listening to Corndogs Baseball on Jet TV and Region Sports Network.
Headquartered in Maryville, Indiana, Centier Bank continues to play a pivotal role in every community we serve. Beginning with a single location in 1895 to serving 13 counties across Indiana, Centier Bank has championed a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education to enrich the lives of individuals and businesses in the communities we serve. Our promise for a better tomorrow for generations to come is what sets Centier apart. Centier Bank, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Armed with a rich history of family ownership and a workforce that's committed to putting people first, Centier Bank fosters a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education. A long-lasting legacy of family ownership dedicated to generations of clients is what sets Centier apart. Trust the integrity, experience, and personal service of Centier, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. For more information, go to Centier.com.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order,
scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
Welcome back to the bottom of the first here at Legacy Fields. Jack Wheeler navigated a scoreless top of the first, and now it's going to be Billy Jones leading things off here for the Corndogs against Nate Lee taking the mound today for the Chicago Clout. Lefty kind of hides the ball for a long time in his delivery. We'll see how it affects the Corndogs hitters. This first pitch to Billy Jones, taken outside for ball 1.
Good to see Billy Jones back in the lineup. Did not play in the last game. Big speedster. Good to have as your leadoff man. He's been efficient all year.
He's been very hot as a leadoff man. In his last game that he played against the East Chicago Thunder, he went 3 for 5 with 3 singles. He takes ball 2 there.
Yes, it's always good having him back.
2-0 count to Billy Jones. Here's the pitch. Swung through for strike 1. Nate Lee gets the fastball just past Billy Jones there, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike.
See what the Corndogs offense can do early on in this game. Have been fairly hot as of recently.
Corndogs offense has been red hot. Big part of that 5-game win streak that they're on. Takes that pitch outside for ball 3. Nate Lee really wanting to catch that outside corner with his fastball, and right now he's just not getting it there.
Yeah, let's see if he goes back to it here. More than likely, probably.
3-1 pitch to Billy Jones. Fastball gets the inside corner. Billy Jones threw his bat thinking it was a walk, but he's going to work it to a full count.
Yeah, that's got to be not a great feeling to throw your bat, running to first base. Nope, you got to go back in there. Now for a full count pitch as well. Yeah,
not a great feeling, and he's got to lock back in, too. He thought he was on first. Now he's got to dial it back here for the 3-2 pitch. Swung on for strike 3. Nate Lee comes back and gets the first out of the inning on strikes, sitting down Billy Jones.
Oh, that's got to feel even worse when you go back into the batter's box after thinking you got to take first base and strike out. That's definitely not a great feeling.
Not the start you want if you're Billy Jones. Here's Ryder Fernandez, shortstop today for the Corndogs, with 1 away here in the first. Takes the first pitch low and inside for ball 1.
Had a 2-run home run in his last game, his first appearance in his last game against the Beavers.
Tied things up in the bottom of the second with his 2-run home run. Corndogs would go on to win this one, as this one's grounded to Don Garacci at first base. Throw across the diamond. Pick attempt is not successful, and Ryder Fernandez is going to be aboard first base. I don't know if they're going to give him a single for that or not, but it doesn't matter to him. Corndogs have a man aboard with 1 out here for Angelo Luna.
Yeah, that was a tough play there to make by the shortstop. Almost got the play, just first baseman failed that pickoff attempt. Good effort there to get to first base.
Angelo Luna with those bright yellow batting gloves that we've come to love up here in the press box. Can always tell who it is coming up to plate. First pitch to Luna. Check swing. It'll get away from Tariq Subo. Ryder Fernandez didn't quite read it. He'll stay at first, but it's 1 ball, no strikes to Angelo Luna.
Yeah, too bad it's not nighttime out. Those bright yellow gloves really stood out.
Yeah, last night they almost seemed to be glowing in the dark every time he walked out of the dugout. Fernandez got to be careful over there on first base. We haven't seen the pickoff move from the left-handed Nate Lee. Gets the strike there on the outside corner. Luna checked it up, and it's called a strike anyway.
Yeah, it's got to be easier to throw that pickoff at first base when you're looking right at him.
1-1 pitch to Angelo Luna. Goes to the slide step. Is this one lined into the right center gap? This one's going to roll a long way. Ryder Fernandez coming to third. Coach Huseman's going to send him. Throw to the plate. Not in time. Ryder Fernandez goes first to third on the Angelo Luna double, and the Corndogs lead it 1-0.
Good base running there. Big hit as well. Good heads-up base running to get to home plate. Throw is just a little bit late and a little bit high as well. Good to get in there, and the Corndogs offense scores first. Offense is already getting it going. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Big first baseman Nolan Lasky coming to the plate now with 1 away, and Angelo Luna standing atop second base. Long look back from Nate Lee. First pitch swung on, outside fastball. Just missed by Nolan Lasky.
Yeah, not the start if you want, if you're Nate Lee. Got the first batter out, at least, but ever since hasn't found anything yet.
Here's the 0-1 to Nolan Lasky. Goes inside with the curveball, leaves it low, ball one. 1-1 count to Nolan Lasky here.
Yeah, it feels like the base runners really are throwing off Lee. He takes a long stare at the base runner no matter where he's at.
1-1. Working against Nolan Lasky as here's the pitch from Nate Lee. Goes to the slide step. Oh, Nolan Lasky wanted that one, checks it up, and it's 2 balls, 1 strike. That was an outside fastball from Nate Lee, and Nolan Lasky looked about ready to swing out of his shoes.
Yeah, he
holds it back and takes ball 2.
He wanted to kill that one, that's for sure.
2-1 pitch from Lee. Fastball right down the middle, swung on by Nolan Lasky. 2 balls, 2 strikes here with 1 out.
Yeah, Lee keeps going back to that fastball. Gets it in there this time. It's a swing and a miss.
Another long look back at Angelo Luna. And here's the 2-2 payoff to Nolan Lasky. Fastball swung on. Nate Lee gets his second strikeout of the inning. And there's 2 away now with the man on second for Drew Castiba, the designated hitter.
Yeah, let's see if Castiba can bring the runner on second base home. Get another run. Get up 2 early on the Chicago Clout team.
First pitch to Castiba. Still long looks back at Angelo Luna as he spikes that fastball for ball 1.
Yeah, Lee looks like he's just going to keep throwing that fastball, I guess, until it doesn't work.
2 strikeouts in the inning. Not much of a reason not to so far. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Goes back to the changeup, it looked a little bit like there. Left it high, ball 2. 2-0 count now.
Yeah, I haven't seen much, if any, movement on his pitches so far.
2 balls, no strikes to Drew Castiba. A little bit of off speed there, leaves it inside, and Drew Castiba looking at a 3-0 count here. I imagine he will have the red light against Nate Lee here. Take until you see a strike. 3-0 count. Fastball catches the inside corner with that one, and it's 3-1.
Well, he saw a strike there. Just didn't swing on it, probably because of 3-0 count.
3-1 to Drew Castiba. This one popped high into left center field. Nico Taylor is going to be underneath it, and the inning is over. Corndogs plate 1 in the bottom of the first. We'll head to the top of the second. Corndogs leading it. You're listening to Corndogs Baseball on Jet TV and Region Sports Network.
Headquartered in Maryville, Indiana, Centier Bank continues to play a pivotal role in every community we serve. Beginning with a single location in 1895 to serving 13 counties across Indiana, Centier Bank has championed a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education to enrich the lives of individuals and businesses in the communities we serve. Our promise for a better tomorrow for generations to come is what sets Centier apart. Centier Bank, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Armed with a rich history of family ownership and a workforce that's...
Welcome back to Legacy Fields. Corndogs lead it going into the top of the first 1-0. Jack Wheeler's going to stay out there for the Corndogs. And before the game today, was the 5K Corndogs Dash. Every participant was entered for a drawing from a free pair of running shoes from Fleet Feet Running Equipment, and all participants got a corn dog, a golden batter beer, and a free ticket to today's game. That was put on by Purdue Federal Credit Union and Sonic Drive-In of Crown Point. Wheeler leaves that one outside to Dominic Matza. Gets strike one on the inside corner there, and it's 1-1.
Yeah, always good to see events like that going on.
1-1 from Wheeler. Drops in the slider, and it's going to be fouled out of play down the right field line. Wheeler gets ahead 1-2.
Yeah, too bad it was too warm out. You know, I would have loved to do that 5K race.
I also would have absolutely loved to run in the high 70s weather that we have going on here in Crown Point. 1-2 payoff from Jack Wheeler. Goes to the chase slider, and he leaves it outside. It's 2-2. Still very disciplined. So much discipline that we've seen from the Clout hitters so far today. Wheeler with a lot of competitive pitches on the outer half, and they're just letting him go by. 2-2. Fastball right down the middle, swung on and missed. Wheeler gets his third strikeout of the day and the first of the inning.
There we go. After having the bases loaded, comes in, gets a strikeout. That fastball is really going. It's really working for him so far this game.
I don't know that he has any strikeouts on his breaking pitches so far. He's using the breaking pitches to set up his fastball, but it has been strikeouts on 3 fastballs tonight for Jack Wheeler. Goes to the slider there, leaves it a little bit high. 1 ball, no strikes to Joe Thompson, the right fielder.
Haven't seen very many sliders, but there was one there, just missed.
1-0 count. Goes back to it again, leaves it inside again. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, he's probably thinking, you know, I might need to go back to my fastball here. Throw a strike.
2-0 pitch from Jack Wheeler. Fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
Yeah, I think he's found his pitch for today's game.
It's been working for him so far. I don't see any reason to change now. 2 balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch to Thompson. Fastball down the outer half, fouled out of play down the right field line, and it's 2-2.
Going almost to the other field, towards the end of what the 5K dash was today. For all those people that made it that far.
I cannot assure you that I would have. 2-2 pitch, grounded to Aslan Farinelli, who bobbles it, and it's going to be an infield hit for Joe Thompson with 1 away here. And if you are Jack Wheeler, that is not on you at all. You did exactly what you needed to. Got the ground ball, and it just got under the glove a little bit of Aslan Farinelli. Couldn't quite handle it cleanly.
Yeah, it's got to be a little bit frustrating for Jack Wheeler going through that at bat. Getting a hit that you want. This defense couldn't get it done for you.
Now 1 out, 1 on for Nico Taylor, the left fielder today. First pitch to him. Fastball. Leaves it high. Ball 1.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like he's really checking on first base too much. See it here.
Long look over. Now the 1-0 to Nico Taylor. Fastball. Tried to check it up and couldn't. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, that was kind of a interesting swing. He definitely wanted to check it up. Just, I don't know. Just call it kind of followed through on it, I guess.
1 ball, 1 strike on the pitch to Taylor. Tries to go outside with the fastball. Leaves it a little high. 2-1.
Yeah, a couple of fastballs. A little high for Wheeler. This at bat.
Joe Thompson still on first base. Hasn't tried anything yet. So here's the 2-1 from Wheeler, and we'll see a pick over. Just checking up on Thompson, keeping him a little honest.
Yeah, he's probably not going to try anything now.
McGowan, pretty good arm behind the plate. Just waiting for an opportunity to use it. Here's the 2-1. Goes inside, can't get it there. 3 balls, 1 strike for Wheeler.
Yeah, let's see If he can get back to that fastball, maybe, I mean, at best, you kind of want a double play ball here, but.
Here's the 3-1 to left fielder Nico Taylor with one away. Fastball goes upstairs, check swing, and it's going to be ball 4 on the walk from Wheeler. It's going to be first and second with one away here for the top of the order in shortstop Dom Garachi.
You know, that umpire at second base, they looked to check the swing. He got to put his hands on his chin, was thinking for a good 5 seconds before he made that call. You know, some things that you just see here.
Yeah, I would say after the thought he made the right call. I don't think he swung at that one, but Dom Garachi coming in now to what could be a big spot. First and second, one out. Slider swung on and missed to the outer half for strike 1, and Wheeler gets ahead.
There you go, Wheeler ahead of a count. He's been behind the counts of the past 2 batters.
0-1 pitch with runners on first and second. Sharp slider leaves it a little bit low and outside. It'll be 1-1. Good movement on that pitch from Wheeler. A little too good for where he put it. 1-1 pitch. Fastball swung on and missed high and outside, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes.
There you go. Those sliders, even if he's not getting him to swing at it, that makes it set up the fastball a lot better. And as you just saw, it's working.
Say after seeing a slider or two, it almost adds a couple miles per hour to your fastballs. Here's the 1-2, swung on and missed. We'll see a back pick to first base. Wheeler picks up another strikeout of Dom Garachi. And now there's 2 away with 2 on here for Dom Tenayuka.
Dom Tenayuka for a second at bat has that ninja headband on.
It's kind of clean. I like it.
Yeah,
I don't usually see
fits.
it. I don't usually see it on baseball players, but I don't mind it.
No, you don't usually see that too often.
Tenayuka walked his first time up. He'll take ball 1 on the slider here. Walked and then stole second.
Another big spot here from Wheeler.
1 ball, no strikes. Goes to another slider, leaves it outside again. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yep, that slider's just getting away from him.
Trying to draw a chase, but like we've said, the Clout hitters are having no part of it so far. 2-0 pitch from Wheeler with runners on first and second. 2 away here in the second. Fastball taken right down the middle for strike 1, and Tamayuka wasn't super happy with himself after that one.
Yeah, he's probably thinking to himself, yeah, I could have saw that coming.
That might be the best pitch he gets all at bat from Wheeler. 2-1. Fastball way up for 3-1 count.
Yep, he's having those fastballs selling him a little bit. See if he can get a good one here. Doesn't want bases loaded again, and back-to-back innings, he might not get out of this one.
Anytime you have the bases loaded, you're always flirting with fate a little bit as he'll go strike 2, low and in on Tamayuka there. Tamayuka thought he walked. Umpire calls him back, and it's a full count with 2 outs for Jack Wheeler, trying to navigate a second scoreless inning.
Second time we've seen that. The batter thought that they got walked.
3-2 pitch from Wheeler. Leaves it outside, and he walks Tamayuka again. It'll be bases loaded with 2 outs for Mike Farnan.
Yeah, he just did not put it where he wanted it. Left it outside, and here we go. He's got bases loaded again. Another big spot with 2 outs. Very, very similar situation. Let's hope he gets the exact same outcome as last time.
Like we said, Tamayuka thought he walked on that 3-1 pitch. Started walking to first, not quite as dramatic as the thrown bat by Billy Jones, but here's the 0-0 taken inside from ball 1 by Mike Farnan.
Yeah, let's see if he can get that fastball back to where he wants it to go for this at-bat. Try to get out of this inning.
So far, he has just had to throw that fastball in the zone, and he hasn't been touched. Goes back to it there, and it's a big swing from Mike Farnan for strike 1.
There you go. You're right. He just needs to throw the fastball in the strike zone, and they're likely going to swing on it.
1-1 pitch from Wheeler. Bases are loaded. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Another fastball, high and outside, swung on anyway. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Batter frustrated with himself there. He thought he probably shouldn't have swung at that.
Now does Wheeler just go back to his bread and butter and throw another fastball by Farnan here? Or does he try to trip him up with a slider somewhere? 1-2 payoff. Fastball swung on and missed right down the middle. Wheeler picks up his third strikeout of the inning. Turns up another scoreless frame in the top of the second. Corndogs still lead it 1-0. You're listening to Corndogs Baseball on Jet TV and Region Sports Network.
Quartered in
People first. Centier Bank fosters a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education. A long-lasting legacy of family ownership dedicated to generations of clients is what sets Centier apart. Trust the integrity, experience, and personal service of Centier, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. For more information, go to Centier.com.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Welcome back to Legacy Fields here. Bottom of the second, Aslan Farinelli is going to lead it off against Nate Lee going back out there for the Chicago Clout. Here's the pitch, grounded to third base by Farinelli, picked up by Josh Wenz, throw across the diamond in time for the first out of the inning, and a quick one there for Nate Lee.
Yeah, good start for this inning. For Nate Lee, didn't have too many issues in the last one. Did let up a run, but did have a fielding error by his defense behind him. That eventually led to the run being scored.
Adam Walter, center fielder, coming to the plate now with 1 away and nobody on. First pitch he sees, backdoor curveball from Nate Lee. Surprised we didn't see more of that in the first inning, but he gets one there for a strike on Walters.
Yeah, it was straight fastball or off speed, nothing really in between at all last inning.
0-1 count from Lee. Fastball down the middle, fouled back to the screen, and Nate Lee gets ahead 0-2 on Adam Walters.
He must not have too much belief in his curveball. Maybe he's not super comfortable throwing it.
You're going to see the 0-2 payoff from Nate Lee here. Fastball in the dirt for ball 1. Knocked down by Tariq Subo. Skipped up the line a little bit. And Nate Lee's going to get a new ball.
Yeah, just couldn't corral that one. Went into the dirt. Nothing hurtful for the Clout. There's no runners on. Maybe this throws off Lee a little bit. A little bit of a break.
1 ball, 2 strikes to Adam Walters. Goes to the backdoor curveball again, and it's fought off back to the screen once again by Adam Walters.
Let's see if Walters can start what the Corndogs, did at the end of the last game where they fought off a lot of at-bats, had really long at-bats, which has been going against them all season long.
1-2 again from Nate Lee. Backdoor curveball. This one's flown into right center field. Farnan, no, it's going to be Joe Thompson, the right fielder, takes it from him in the gap. And now there's 2 away here in the bottom of the second for Jack Salzider, second baseman tonight.
Yeah, Lee's working pretty quickly. He's getting contact, but defense is helping him out a little bit.
Drawing very manageable contact here for the Corndogs hitters. First lefty he'll face today in Jack Salzider as he takes a big swing on that slider in the dirt for strike one.
Yeah, going back to that fastball that we've been seeing pretty much the whole game.
0-1 pitch here. Catcher set up outside. He goes to the slider outside again. Salzider takes a big hack at it, misses, and it's 0-2.
Yeah, he's looking good in the first lefty matchup of today's game.
A quick 0-2 payoff pitch from Nate Lee. He'll go right back to the slider, and Salzider has no piece of it there. Leaves it outside for ball one. He said, "Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me." Didn't want to find out what happened after the third as he left that one outside and in the dirt. 1-2 pitch from Nate Lee. Fastball inside, ball two. We're going to see our second Deuces Wild of the game here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, broke the record last game.
We did break the record last game. 11 through 9 innings in the Corndogs versus Beavers. 2-2 pitch from Nate Lee. Drops in the slider again and strikes out Salzider to end the inning. First strikeout of the inning, third of the game for Nate Lee. Corndogs are held scoreless in the bottom of the second, but they lead at 1-0. You're listening to Corndogs Baseball on Jet TV and Region Sports Network.
Headquartered in Maryville, Indiana, Centier Bank continues to play a pivotal role in every community we serve. Beginning with a single location in 1895 to serving 13 counties across Indiana, Centier Bank has championed a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education to enrich the lives of individuals and businesses in the communities we serve. Our promise for a better tomorrow for generations to come is what sets Centier apart. Centier Bank, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Armed with a rich history of family ownership and a workforce that's committed to putting people first, Centier Bank fosters a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education. A long-lasting legacy of family ownership dedicated to generations of clients is what sets Centier apart. Trust the integrity, experience, and personal service of Centier, Indiana's.
Welcome back to Legacy Fields here. We're in the top of the third. Corndogs leading the Chicago Clout 1-0, and Jack Wheeler is going to go back out there for the Corndogs. Has 2 scoreless innings so far, but has had the bases loaded in both of those innings. We'll see if he can work a little more efficiently here. Going to face off against lefty Josh Wenz. Throws fastball outside for ball one.
That is a pretty outside fastball, but yeah, let's see if he can get the runners out before getting bases loaded.
1-0. Gets the outside corner with the fastball that time. Moves to 1-1.
I have a feeling we're just going to see a lot of that fastball. Now he probably knows not to screw around anymore.
Fastball has been most of what he needs so far tonight. So here's the 1-1 pitch. Goes to it again. Gets it again on the outer half. That's 3 pitches that were near identical. One was a little further outside than the other two, but it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Working against Josh Wenz to lead off the third. Payoff from Wheeler. Fastball inside, kind of sawed him off. It'll be Ryder Fernandez underneath it. It's short for the first out of the inning.
There you go. Good first at-bat for Wheeler there. Got him out pretty quickly. We've seen a lot of long at-bats for him. End up not in his favor.
Getting the first out so far hasn't been the issue for Wheeler. It's been letting people on after the first out and then having the pressure of having to work through it with runners on base. Throws a slider there. Looked like it could have been called a strike. It's a little bit low. 1 ball, no strikes here.
Yeah, sliders have not been working at all so far this game.
1-0 count to Tariq Subel. Gets it there on the slider, tries to check it up. Can't quite hold it back. 1-1 count. Tariq Subel struck out in the first. See what he can do here in the third. 1-1 pitch, fastball, swung on right down the middle for strike 2, and Wheeler gets ahead of Subel again.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, we said it. Every time he gets that fastball in the zone, they're going to swing on it. And so far we've seen they're likely going to miss it.
1-2 count from Wheeler. Here's the pitch. Slider fouled back to the screen. It's still 1-2.
It's a good pitch there. Just got a little bit of tip. Keep the at bat going.
Just enough of a defensive swing there from Tariq Subel to stay alive. To see another 1-2 pitch here. Fastball swung on and missed right down the middle. Wheeler picks up his 6th strikeout in just 2 2/3 innings. Now there's 2 away for Armand Candea, designated hitter, here in the third.
Yeah, he has not had a problem getting strikeouts. He just had some problem finishing at bats and getting too many runners on base. But in terms of striking them out, he's been fantastic.
This one lined fair down the left field line just by Aslan Farinelli. And Armand Candea takes the first pitch he sees for a double with 2 outs in the third.
That was one of the more interesting slides I think I've ever seen. Kind of dolphin dive there. I mean, good effort by him. He got there pretty safely. I don't know if he really needed it, but you know, that kind of looked like me out there if I had to try to attempt a face-first slide.
You know what they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's on second base, and it'll bring up Dominic Matza, first baseman tonight, for the Chicago Clout with 2 outs. Slider way outside from Wheeler for ball 1.
Yeah, here we go. Here's been where he struggled. He's getting runners on base, and then he's been struggling after that. Hope he can change it a little bit.
1-0 count working against Dominic Matza. Here's the pitch. This one's grounded to Ryder Fernandez at short. Picks it up, throw across the field in time to get Dominic Matza. And that'll end the inning. 3 straight scoreless frames thrown up by Jack Wheeler. Corndogs still lead at 1-0. And you're listening to Corndogs Baseball on Jet TV and Region Sports Network.
Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. For more information, go to Centir.com.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Pivotal role in every community we serve. Beginning with a single location in 1895 to serving 13 counties across Indiana, Centir Bank has championed a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education to enrich the lives of individuals and businesses in the communities we serve. Our promise for a better tomorrow for generations to come is what sets Centir apart. Centir Bank, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Welcome back to Legacy Fields. Corndogs still leading the Chicago Clout as they look to get something going here in the bottom of the third. Josh McGowan is going to lead it off for the Corndogs against Nate Lee, going out on the mound for another inning of work for the Clout. First pitch to Josh McGowan, taken outside, ball 1. McGowan missed last game after being injured the game before, caught a foul ball while catching, left the game early, didn't play against the Beavers, so he leaves that one ball two. Looking pretty good behind the plate so far in his return. See how he does at the plate. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch from Lee. Fastball taken down the middle for strike one. It's a 2-1 count.
Yeah, Lee's been pretty efficient so far this game. This Corndogs offense has got to get going, especially since, I mean, it's kind of lucky that they're still up 1-0 this game when the Clout had back-to-back innings with bases loaded.
2-1, fouled back to the screen, and it's 2-2. Nate Lee went to the high fastball there. McGowan just got a piece of it to knock the count at 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, see, it looks very windy out there. So just try to hit one out in the outfield. It's going to make it very difficult for them to make a play on it.
2-2. Drops in the backdoor curveball for strike 3 on McGowan. And that's a good start to the inning if you're Nate Lee. There's one away, and Billy Jones will come to the plate.
Yeah, caught looking there on that fastball. Now Billy Jones, second at bat of the day.
Like you said, it looks windy, and it seems to be getting dark. There is some rain in the forecast tonight. We'll see if it can hold off long enough to get through this. Billy Jones struck out his first time up. Here's his first pitch, is driven deep into left field. This one might have a chance. And it's going to be gone. Billy Jones sneaks it inside the left foul post, and he's going to make it 2-0 Corndogs here in the bottom of the third.
Wow, I think that wind kind of helped him a little bit there. I mean, it almost made it hit the foul pole, so it almost kind of hurt him there. But there you go, Billy Jones. Welcome back. Big hit there.
Billy Jones makes it 2-0 down the left field line, and I definitely thought that one was going to hook foul. It stayed probably 2 feet from the foul post for a round tripper for Billy Jones, his first of the season. That'll bring up Ryder Fernandez, who had his own home run yesterday. Swings through strike 1 down the middle there from Nate Lee.
Yeah, let's see how Lee responds to this. He's been pretty well all game. Just got one that got away from him there.
0-1 to Fernandez. Fastball outside, swung on and missed. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah, I think we're going to see more of those fastballs, maybe with the wind picking up. Maybe those other pitches might get away from him a little bit.
A quick 0-2, and here's the payoff from Nate Lee. Tries to go outside again, misses it. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That was a good catch by the catcher. He kind of stuck his mitt all the way out there. Had to make a pretty athletic play.
Yeah, tough backhand there from Tariq Subo. 1-2 count. Working against Ryder Fernandez as he takes ball 2 low. Nate Lee didn't seem to love that call all that much, but it doesn't matter. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away here in the bottom of the third. Here's the 2-2 pitch. This one grounded to Josh Wenz at third. Picked up easily. Throw to first in time. Almost ran it out, did Ryder Fernandez. Didn't quite get there. And now there's 2 away in the bottom of the third for Angelo Luna.
Wow. Yeah, the speed there almost made him get that play at first, but a little bit late. Good throw there.
Josh Wenz kind of took his time over there on third. Didn't end up costing him, and now Angelo Luna will come to the plate with 2 outs here in the third. Backdoor curve, he fouls it off. Oh, right at Tariq Subo, and he is hurting. Trying to walk it off down the right field line, but I think that one caught him just inside his gear, maybe on his thigh.
Yeah, I couldn't really see where he got hit there. Obviously, very uncomfortable. Looks like he's in some pain.
Still on his feet. I imagine he'll be all right. But you always, I could have never been a catcher. I never had any inclination to be a catcher for that reason right there. I was terrified of getting a foul ball hit back at me.
Yeah, and also with the fact that you have to have, you have to be very athletic and have very good hand-eye coordination. I do not have any of those.
Subo seems to be all right.
Yeah, it looks.
And it's going to be an 0-1 count to Angelo Luna.
Seems like a tough guy.
I feel like you got to be tough to be a catcher, no matter what. got all that gear on. It's hot outside. He drops in ball to 1, just below the zone on the curveball there.
Yeah, you got to be sitting in your position, which, isn't very comfortable.
1-1 count. This one flown deep into right field. Joe Thompson going to be underneath it, and that's going to be the inning. Corndogs put up another one on the Billy Jones home run. They lead it 2-0. You're listening to Corndogs Baseball on Jet TV and Region Sports Network.
Armed with a rich history of family ownership and a workforce that's committed to putting people first, Centier Bank fosters a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education. A long-lasting legacy of family ownership dedicated to generations of clients is what sets Centier apart. Trust the integrity, experience, and personal service of Centier, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. For more information, go to Centier.com.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love to a meal they're sure to love.
One always served with a smile.
That comes from the heart.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious!
Community we serve. Beginning with a single location in 1895 to serving 13 counties across Indiana, Centier Bank has championed a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education to enrich the lives of individuals and businesses in the communities we serve. Our promise for a better tomorrow for generations to come is what sets Centier apart.
Welcome back to the top of the fourth here at Legacy Fields. I'm Tate Hildebrandt, joined by Thalen Steiner. We're going to see a pitching change here for the Corndogs. Jack Wheeler, after 3 innings of shutout baseball, is going to hand it over to Ivan Balboa on the mound for the Corndogs as he's going to face off against Joe Thompson, right fielder today for the Clout. His first pitch, painted fastball on the outer half for strike 1.
Yeah, Jack Wheeler with a pretty impressive outing. Had, back-to-back innings, first 2 innings of his. Had base loaded, brother. I mean, he had that fastball going, just couldn't get really much else going. Any other pitches going well for him?
0-1, slider in the dirt for ball 1. Yeah, good pitching from Jack Wheeler, just like we said, got the bases loaded a couple times. Forced him to throw a lot of pitches. So his start was short-lived, but it was a quality one. This one bounced high. Ivan Balboa will take it, throw to first in time for the first out of the inning, and he easily retires Joe Thompson.
Joe Thompson's a little frustrated. I think he thinks maybe he's telling the umpire. He looked back there. I wonder if he thought maybe it was going to be a foul. Umpire's having a conversation. I think Thompson's thinking it hit him, maybe in the foot, and bounced up.
And we might see this one get called back.
We'll see.
Long talk here
he's
from the
readjusting
umpires.
his shoe, so, that's kind of helping his case a little bit.
He seems pretty confident. No, they're going to say he was out. The Clout coach doesn't like that call at all. Ivan Balboa already on the mound, ready to go. There's going to be one away here in the fourth, and Nico Taylor is going to come to bat against Ivan Balboa.
Yeah, I think that's maybe one of those where none of the umpires had a definitive view, so you kind of just have to go with what the umpire originally called. Can't really switch it up there.
And the Chicago Clout coach is having an animated conversation all the way across the diamond with the first base umpire. It's not going to change anything. There's one out now, and it'll be Nico Taylor coming to the plate.
Well, he might have had a better view than the umpires did, so maybe that's why he's a little frustrated. But
no balls,
gonna change.
No balls, no strikes. Ivan Balboa against his second hitter. Fastball painted again, outside corner, and he has that working for him right now. Hasn't missed. No balls, 1 strike.
Good start for Balboa.
0-1 pitch. Fastball right down the middle. Lined, and it'll get foul. Strike 2.
It's working quickly.
Yes, he is. That's a trademark Ivan Balboa. Not taking much time in between pitches, and I thought that foul ball might hang long enough for Nolan Lasky to have a play at it in foul territory, but it got down. And Ivan Balboa is up to a quick no balls, 2 strikes on Nico Taylor. Tries to go slider outside, leaves it too far outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, let's see if he goes back to the fastball here. Maybe tries another slider. A little bit of a chase pitch here.
Payoff pitch from Balboa. Deep breath on the mound. Slider way outside again. 2-2 to Nico Taylor.
Yeah, similar to what we saw with Jack Wheeler, that slider is not really going for him. See if he changes it up a little bit.
2-2 pitch from Ivan Balboa. Fastball right down the middle, and this one's driven foul down the right field line. And that could have been dangerous. Nico Taylor got a good piece of that ball. Couldn't keep it in between the lines, and it'll be 2-2 again.
Yeah, that would have 100% been a double there. Luckily, just barely in foul territory. Keeps this at-bat going.
2-2 again to Nico Taylor. Tries to drop in the curveball. Leaves it upstairs, and it gets behind McGowan. Works to a full count here.
Well, now 3-2, you're 100% thinking fastball here.
Full count with 1 out here in the top of the 4th. Fastball right down Broadway, and he's going to watch strike 3. Ivan Balboa with a great pitch on full count to get the second out of the inning, working against Nico Taylor. And now there's 2 away for Dom Garachi, who Jack Wheeler retired on strikes twice in the first 2 innings.
Yeah, Taylor just stared at that one. That was a fastball right down the middle. I don't know what he was seeing there. Knew that was a strike, walked off the base very quickly.
Dom Garachi trying to get things started here. 2 away in the 4th. Fastball misses outside. That's the first time we've seen that from Balboa so far, missing outside with his fastball. First 2 batters he started out with absolutely beautiful fastballs on that outside corner. 1-0 to Dom Garachi. Leaves it low there. Ball 2.
Yeah, a little bit slower of a start for this at-bat. Getting behind early.
Still manageable in a 2-0 count here. Here's the pitch to Garachi. Gets to the fastball there on the outer half. 2 balls, 1 strike.
That was right on the corner. That was a perfectly placed fastball there.
2 balls, 1 strike for Ivan Balboa. Looking to go 1-2-3 in this 4th. Fastball taken down the middle for strike 2. We have our 3rd deuces wild of the game here in the 4th inning.
Yeah, not quite on pace to beat our record.
Not quite on. Well, you know,
off pace, but
every day can't be a record-breaking day.
No, we just got really lucky.
Ivan Balboa, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Dom Garachi here with 2 away in the 4th. As here's the payoff. Drops it. Weak ground ball to Ryder Fernandez. Picks it up. Throw to first. Pick from Lasky in time. Good defensive pickup from Nolan Lasky over there. And Ivan Balboa registers a 1-2-3 4th inning as the Corndogs still lead at 2-0. You're listening to Corndogs Baseball on Jet TV and Region Sports Network.
Quarter Centier apart. Centier Bank, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Tell everyone, nothing's on
rich history of family ownership and a workforce that's committed to putting people first, Centier Bank fosters a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education. A long-lasting legacy of family ownership dedicated to generations of clients is what sets Centier apart. Trust the integrity, experience, and personal service of Centier, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. For more information, go to Centier.com.
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like great.
Welcome back to the bottom of the fourth here. Corndogs lead it 2-0, and Chris Colisi is going to take over for Nate Lee on the mound for the Chicago Clout. And Nolan Lasky's going to lead it off here. First pitch from Colisi, painted on the outside with a fastball. 2 in a row left-handed pitchers on the mound for the Clout.
It's a bit of an oddity.
0-1 goes inside with the off-speed and misses. 1-1 count here to Nolan Lasky.
Nate Lee had an impressive game as well.
Yeah, solid outing, 2 runs in 3 innings. Couple of strikeouts on the day. So here's the 1-1. This one driven through the right side for a base hit. Not the most solid contact by Nolan Lasky, but he put it in the right spot. And it's going to be a leadoff single.
Man, I don't know what's going on out there. 63. First baseman kind of went up there, missed it, and then number 11, the second baseman, went out there, slipped, and now he's still down. He's getting up. Oh, he looks like maybe his ankle or something.
Dom Tenayuka might be hurt out there.
Yeah, he ran out there to try to get that slid. Didn't really look super clean. And, yeah, it looks like he's grabbing that ankle or foot area. Trying to walk it off.
Try to walk it off. Yeah, he's having trouble.
Yeah, it doesn't look very pretty.
Can only hope he's all right. He's doing a couple squats, trying to walk around out there. We might see him exit the game here.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, he goes back down.
We'll be right back. You're listening to Corndogs Baseball on Jed TV and Region Sports Network.
Headquartered in Maryville, Indiana, Centier Bank continues to play a pivotal role in every community we serve. Beginning with a single location in 1895 to serving 13 counties across Indiana, Centier Bank has championed a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education to enrich the lives of individuals and businesses in the communities we serve. Our promise for a better tomorrow for generations to come is what sets Centier apart. Centier Bank, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Armed with a rich history of family ownership and a workforce that's committed to putting people first, Centier Bank fosters a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education. A long-lasting legacy of family ownership dedicated to generations of clients is what sets Centier.
Welcome back to the bottom of the fourth here at Legacy Fields. Dom Tenayuka left the game. It's going to be Doug Franz coming in to play right field. And Joe Thompson is going to come in and play second base here. Can only hope Dom Tenayuka's all right. As it's 1-0 here. Takes ball 2. Does Drew Costiba.
Yeah, it looked like he tried to get up, wanted to go back into the game, and then just couldn't.
Takes off Nolan Lasky to second base. throw, not in time. Nolan Lasky swipes a bag. Now there's a man on second and a 2-1 count with Chris Collisey working against Drew Costiba here, the designated hitter.
Yeah, that throws a little bit in front of the second baseman, so he couldn't really make that tag there.
Here's the pitch from Chris Collisey. Driven deep into right center field. This is going to get down easily. Nolan Lasky going to round third, coming for home. Throw to the plate. No throw to the plate. It's going to be 3-0 Corndogs off the double by Drew Costiba.
There you go. Drew Costiba showing off that power he has. Big hit deep into right center field. Corndogs go up 3-0.
Aslan Farinelli going to come to the plate now to face off against the lefty, Chris Collisey.
Yeah, and this has been the offense that we have been used to seeing these past couple of games, this 5-game winning streak.
Nobody out and a man on second for Aslan Farinelli as he swings through strike one from Collisey.
Yeah, not a great start from Collisey in this inning. Hoping to get back on track.
Got ahead of Farinelli there, and here's the 0-1. Leaves it inside. Gets away from Tariq Subo a little bit there. Lasky will stay on second. Excuse me, not Lasky. Costiba will stay on second. And it's a 1-1 count. One ball, one strike for Chris Collisey, working against Aslan Farinelli. Takes ball 2 in the dirt on the fastball. 2-1 count here, still with nobody out. And a man on second. Corndogs lead it 3-0. Here's the pitch from Collisey. Taken high for ball 3. Farinelli looked like he wanted a piece of that one, but wisely held off. And it's 3 balls, 1 strike.
Yep, good plate discipline from Farinelli there.
3-1 from Chris Collisey. Swung on and missed inside fastball, and he works it to a full count here with nobody out.
Yeah, Collisey trying to fight back. Had a pretty big windup on that one compared to the pitch before. It seemed like he had little to no windup at all.
3-2 from Collisey. In the dirt, and he walks Farinelli. It'll be first and second with nobody out for Adam Walters.
Yeah, catcher's coming out there to calm him down a little bit. Seems like Collisey's trying to work really fast. He's just not getting it going, though.
We're going to hear the lightning delay here at Legacy Fields, and that's going to be a 30-minute delay. We'll be right back with Corndogs Baseball on Jet TV and Region Sports Network.
Headquartered in Maryville, Indiana, Centier Bank continues to play a pivotal role in every community we serve. Beginning with a single location in 1895 to serving 13 counties across Indiana, Centier Bank has championed a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education to enrich the lives of individuals and businesses in the communities we serve. Our promise for a better tomorrow for generations to come is what sets Centier apart. Centier Bank, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank.
If you're thinking of finishing your basement, installing outdoor security cameras, or your business has plans to break ground on a new project in 2024, Powering Indiana Lake County is your source for the region's best electricians. With IBEW Local 697 electricians, you're choosing the highest level of safety and reliability. Visit poweringindiana.org today and ensure your project is in the hands of skilled professionals.
Armed with a rich history of family ownership and a workforce that's committed to putting people first, Centier Bank fosters a workplace of community building, philanthropy, and financial education. A long-lasting legacy of family ownership dedicated to generations of clients is what sets Centier apart. Trust the integrity, experience, and personal service of Centier, Indiana's largest private family-owned bank. For more information, go to Centier.com
To everyone who enjoys a feel-good meal, we're crafting one for you, Wisconsin style.
We're talking handcrafted, cooked to order.
Scoop to perfection goodness.
More like greatness.
A snuggle up in the booth, share a bite kind of meal.
A fill you up, heart and soul kind of meal.
Come treat someone you love.
We are in a lightning delay here at Legacy Fields. We're going to suspend this stream. Hopefully we'll be back in about 30 minutes. You've been listening to Corndogs Baseball on Jet TV and Region Sports Network.